Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match short show on the internet. I came back from Ellen Road yesterday where we got relegated early in October.
Oh, come on, it's not that.
I'm telling you. I'm
still
telling you. I'm
early.
just telling you what I see. It was West Ham 1, Leeds 2. Boys, talk. I don't know what to say.
You know what? We were just having a chat and a laugh, and I'd completely forgotten about the game until you was like, right, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is dark times, man. This is we're in the shit.
Yeah, I said to Dan last night when we done the reaction, it's sad. It's sad to watch, and even this morning, you know, I thought because we're doing this today, I'll have another watch of the highlights. So I had to turn it off after fucking the first goal went in. I thought I can't watch this again. Yeah. The lineup once again. I said to Dan, for some reason I've been supporting West Ham so long, I was actually buzzing for the game last night. I thought we might get something if he puts the right team out. See the team selection come out, and straight away I thought we ain't going to win this.
Switch the telly off.
Irvin and fucking Souček in midfield. I mean, how is Irvin even anywhere near this squad, let alone the first team, let alone starting? Yeah. He's not good enough. And I know there's people out there that are going to say, oh, you know what, he's all right, but he's not. Let's face facts, he's not a Premier League player, he's not good enough. And when you've got someone like James Ward-Prowse, and I know he's not everyone's favourite, but he can't even get anywhere near this squad, and Irvin starts, there's got to be something wrong there.
Potts can't get it in the squad.
Potts, Magassa,
you know, Fernandez didn't start. Like, how is he starting ahead of all these
5
players?
summer signings on the bench last
night?
night?
Yeah, it was 5 or 6. And I said to you yesterday about Irvin, he came this close to signing for Wrexham for like 4 mil. And he's our first choice midfielder right now. He's starting back-to-back games for us.
I think it just shows you what state we're in. And you look around that squad, and I've got to be totally honest now. Irvin's a Scottish Premier League player. He's not even a Championship player.
Well, that's where we signed him.
I don't think he's that.
No, maybe not. Why? Yeah. But you know, I watched him last night, and Scott was the one that highlighted it. I've got to give him his props, even though they don't fucking turn up to none of these recordings these days.
You're going to apologise to him?
Yeah, I am going to apologise to him. I am going to apologise to him because I never in a million years thought that he would pick anything near that team again. I thought it was just to have a look at them and save the big boys for Leeds, because Leeds are vulnerable. Even you see it last night when we scored, their fans had their head in their hands because they thought there was an equaliser. They're vulnerable. I thought at home he might have thought that team would sail through and get through somehow. Don't know how. But to pick the same team again after you've seen what you've seen and you change a lot of them 45, there's something wrong with the geezer.
Well, what do you think? Sorry.
No, I was saying, he did make a few changes, didn't he?
He made Scholes and Fernandez, that was it.
Yeah, he went to a back 5.
Diouf and Fernandez. And it was a flat back 5.
He brought Wan-Bissaka, didn't he?
Wan-Bissaka and Diouf.
And still had Scholes on the right. What? But the thing is, do you know what? Sorry, Jason.
No, go on.
That's what I was going to say.
I was just saying, he makes Lopetegui look good.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is the thing. But it was funny. After Monday, he came out and basically defended his decision, right? You know, the approach was right, blah, blah, blah. Today, this time, he's admitted he got it wrong. And thank God he's admitted he got it wrong, because then it gives me a little bit more hope and confidence that he's not going to do that for Newcastle. But he should have known.
No, I was going to say, the only positive I can take from last night is the way we finished that game. The team we finished with was he's actually seen that Potts can work with Fernandez.
Potts was class.
Magassa come on, and I thought he'd done all right. You know, you can't start with Souček and Irvin against Newcastle because we will get battered at home.
The midfield was he didn't start with a nothing midfield. If you want to play them, you've got to play someone else in there. Yeah. And he didn't even start with that.
Did you see him running back, Irvin?
No.
Mate, honestly, there was one point where in the first half, and we was 25 minutes into the game, he was chasing back, and he looked like fucking Stephen Hawkins going over the Rocky Mountain. He could not fucking
move his
run.
legs.
He was just so slow.
I could run faster than that. Jace could probably run faster than what he was running. It was embarrassing to watch it.
Scott was the one that I highlighted yesterday, that the first goal, he let a man completely pass him unmarked.
3 of them. 3 of them did.
Yeah.
Keita lost his man, Irvin lost his man, Scholes lost his man.
Yeah.
And, set pieces, again, with the second goal. It's just it's
9 set pieces conceded.
17
is
17.
Is it 17's the record?
And that's 9 in 9.
Yeah, we'll beat that record.
Are we officially the worst team in the league?
I think so.
No.
We're not officially. Well,
What?
we could be 20th by the end of the day, right? If Wolves win their game, we'll be bottom.
Do you know what?
Deservedly.
I'll be honest. I think this is the worst West Ham team I've ever seen in my lifetime, and I've seen some shit. Me and Dan saying about it last night. Even the Avram Grant season, we were bad, but we had fighters in there.
Yeah.
We had the Colton Coles, we had Noble, we had
Scott
Parker.
Parker, yeah.
We had
There's no
players
leaders,
like that.
is there?
No, there's no leaders on there. We had Demba Ba who would get you a goal.
Yeah.
We ain't got no one. I mean, fair play to Callum Wilson last night. I think when he come on, he was a full sub because obviously Scholes got injured.
He was already.
No, it wasn't a full sub. He was already
he was already
thinking about
covered.
doing that change
warming up.
because he had to. But at least Callum Wilson was actually trying. He was running. He was getting frustrated because no one. You see it in the first 25 minutes. Every time Diouf went down the left, he went to cross it and he couldn't, so he had to cut back and go back because he's looking in the box and there's no one in there.
Why is it taking 4 games for Callum Wilson to get a single minute?
I just genuinely don't think he likes him, to be honest. I don't think he wants him in his squad.
Well, he's got to have it. He's got no one
I
else.
mean, but like Ryan said, like he come on and worked his ass off. How can he see that? Because well, look, he didn't score. We didn't create anything for him, but he tried.
Is his fitness up to 100%? Or
I think it's enough to be starting at this point. Like I said, he played most of that game, and he was battling. He was trying to tackle. He was trying to press, but he had nothing around him. No
Maybe
support.
he's pissed off with him because Callum Wilson scored the final goal against Forest to seal his fucking sacking at Forest.
Yeah.
Maybe he's thinking, I'll get you back, you bastard.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
no, but if you're in this game, you have to play your best players.
of course.
Yeah.
And we're not doing that.
The 2 games that we've just had
Yeah.
are not the 2 games that you experiment.
Pick your best 11. Pick your best starting 11.
We are
Every game.
miles adrift from them 2 now. Like in terms of it's 6 and 7 points.
It was a 6-pointer last
6
night,
from
wasn't it?
Brentford, 7 from Leeds. And when you're not winning and you can't win games, that's might as well be 40 points.
We sat here on post-match Pint after the Tottenham defeat, I think it was, and we looked at the fixtures coming up and we all said the games we've got to pick points up against are the teams around us, and we're not.
We
And
can't.
That's worrying.
Yeah.
We
That's
can't.
the worrying thing.
I think when he put those players in, I think he's thinking, one of them could be like a Rashford or something.
Lee,
What
do you mean?
Jace.
Like that. Remember when Van Gaal put on Rashford and then he just started hitting.
Falling,
forward.
purple
right.
back,
I think he's
Like
by
a
doing
Lingard.
putting those young, Irving in. I was like, he thinks he's going to be the one, maybe.
Well, he's miles off the fucking.
Well,
thing.
it's
He's more like Nappy
the
Rash
problem
than
is
Rashford.
I don't think when it comes to the picking the team and who he's picking, right? And when they're coming the wrong pub. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say now. No, I completely
Lock the
forgot.
door.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go lock the door.
Well,
You
go.
you guys carry
I
on.
could look. Is it just turn it?
Yeah, just twist it. But yeah, Jace was just making the point about him playing Irving. Hopefully, he can play him into form and discover a new gem. Basically,
Yeah, but
it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
the
And-
defence is all over the shop. I
Mate.
mean, I've got to say this as well. You wouldn't have seen this either, but when I was there, and there are players that walked over, got a round of applause. The support last night for them players it was undeserved.
Yeah, more
It
than
was
they deserve.
fucking
yeah.
undeserved. Yeah, more than they deserve. First minute you come in. Leeds are shit. I'm going to be honest. Leeds are shit, but we are starting to make them teams like that look like prime.
We looked
Like Brentford,
unbelievable.
when you see Brentford, they battered us at home. They battered us, right? Leeds, right, can't score goals. But because of the position we're in, because of the fucking mess we're in, because of the players we've got, teams look at us and go, that's 3 points, yeah? And that's what Leeds done. Like from the first minute, how can you concede that early? How can you concede that early?
Mate, do you know what? Like, you look at
You're meant to be, like, you've just had a fucking good hiding on Monday.
Yeah.
They must have got in that dressing room and said, boys, this is fucking shit. This is not good enough. And then they picked the same team again. So it's the same people that's had the conversation and you conceded in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that could have happened to us last night, was conceding that early, because the confidence was knocked straight out of them. You see their faces. You see Ariola's face. You see the defenders. They're thinking, fuck. Because they know that that's their sort of game, that we have to go 1-0 up and then fucking defend for our life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start conceding goals like that, and it's not the first time. As I
I
said,
think Kilman should be dropped as well. to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
He-
like
he
I
needs to be dropped.
Just stick Igor in. I
Get
don't
Igor
care,
in.
mate.
He's got to go now, Kilman.
Yeah,
He's done.
It's one
He's
of them
too
things.
sleepy.
But there was
He
a
was like,
lot of that at half time. It was fucking vile down in that near that players telling the things people were saying to them, but they deserve it. They fucking deserve it, right? You're not fit to wear the shirt.
They're singing that, yeah.
It's got to be one of the worst things you hear as a football player.
Yeah.
In my mind, right? They don't give a shit. I could see him laughing.
Of course they don't.
Tadibo was laughing at it. You know what I mean? Like, and Tadibo, you say Gilman was one of the worst, right? The ball was pinging off the back of his head and things. Like, it was like honestly, I've never seen a footballer like it.
It's not only that, mate. There was one point, I can't remember what player it was, but we sort of like 5 yards from the touchline, and he knocked it straight out.
It was him.
He's meant to pass it to someone.
It was
he
him.
passed it straight out.
Mate.
And Fernandez was the same.
Yeah, Fernandez. I remember the Fernandez one.
Yeah, Fernandez done the same. It was him. I saw it. I remember doing it because it was literally a straight pass, and he's knocked it straight. And I thought to myself like, you're a professional.
I look at that team last night, and until Potts, Fernandez, and Magassa come on,
Lisa around us.
until they
you're right.
come on, there was no one willing to get the ball, wanting the ball.
Sorry, someone.
You see it in the first
So
half.
right, all right.
No,
We
Suchek,
usually lock it,
Irvine, they
don't
don't want the ball. And when they do get it, the first thing
That's
they do
all right.
is knock it backwards.
Mate.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, that centre-back pairing, I would say, is probably the worst centre-back pairing we've ever had. And we've had, obviously, Issa Diop and Balbuena. They are, I call them the Chucker brothers.
Ben
last
Aim and
night.
Upson together.
Them two together are horrific. And the fact that they cost a combined 74 million quid is, it only adds salt in the wound.
I think
They're useless. That second goal, right, it comes over the corner and both of them mistime the jump completely. So it goes over both their heads, and then the geezer behind them ends up winning the header. You're two centre-backs in front of the guy who scored the goal, and neither of them get the header.
Paqueta's marking him.
Yeah.
Paqueta's marking him. Paqueta shouldn't be marking a centre half.
Yeah.
When you go for corners, the problem is the centre halves. The centre halves and the centre forwards. That's the people that score the goals. Right? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
When you're looking at headers, it's the two big centre halves and it's the two big centre forwards that you've got to watch, right? You've got four defenders there, and you're getting your creative player is marking the centre half. That's madness.
Mate,
That's not madness. That's incompetence. Look, this is basic. This is what when you get four. Right, you tested this. You go Sunday League, right? As soon as the two centre halves come up, you go. You two mark them. It'll be the two centre halves marking the two centre halves because they're the two biggest lumps. Yeah, and then you have the two fullbacks if they're small forwards marking the small forwards, and then the bigger midfielders.
It's not only the two centre backs marking two centre backs. It's your best headers of the ball.
Yeah,
right?
best headers
it's like
of the
you
ball.
look when
That's
Andy
right.
Carroll played for us. He'd always come back and he'll pick up their centre back because he's one of the best headers we had.
But do you know what? Our centre-backs aren't the best headers of the ball. They're
I
atrocious.
just like
at
watching back, last night on some of the highlights, and one player that I did feel sorry for was Lucas Paqueta last night because every time he got on the ball, he was holding it up well,
And there's no one
and
running
there's no
around.
one there. And then what can he do? He's going to lose it or he's got to go backwards. There's no one in this team, apart from obviously Jared Bowen, who we know what he's like, Somerville as well. But when they're marked and out of the game, there's no one for him to knock it to. There's no one in that centre mid that will pick the ball up and try to drive. We haven't got one of them.
No, and this is Paqueta was unlucky not to get his goal yesterday. Obviously, the ball comes, it's ruled out because they deem it to come off Wilson's foot and not the defender's foot. And Paqueta's in offside position. If it comes off the defender's foot last, I think it gets.
I mean, their first goal could have been ruled out. Calvert-Lewin was in an offside position and he was in Ariola's eye line.
Yeah.
It could have been ruled out. It would have been very harsh, but on another day for a bigger club,
It would have been
a
ruled
top
out.
four club, it would have been
I
ruled
think the
out.
fact that we made Max Aronson, who I speak to a lot of Leeds fans, and they was calling for him to be dropped. They said he's the weak link. He took the piss out of us. Like Longstaff passes the ball behind him. Aronson has time to turn around, get onto the ball, drive it, pass it forward, move into the box, and get on the end and tap it in.
Longstaff had the fucking the whole of the pitch to play with last night. He was everywhere.
Yeah, but
And
That game last night is a midfielder's dream.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
space they had. Fucking hell.
you said it was 11.
our 11.
No, they're 11.
The whole 11.
Who's the 11?
No,
Number
Leeds-
11.
Oh,
Leeds
number
was
11.
It was
Not Ampadu, was it?
Harrison.
Aaronson, right? There was one point he picked up the ball in his own half. He walked through everyone. He hit the bar. If you remember, he looked over. He walked through everyone. Some of the tackles I see from them players last night are what I see on toddlers football. You know, when they go in and they're protecting their face, and like Diouf was guilty of it a few times. It's not good enough. Right?
He had a poor game last night.
They was all shit. And you know, we need fighters, and we need fucking miracles.
Where are the fighters coming from? The only thing I can think of now is, and I said this last week, is we need to maybe give the chances to Kante and Fearon, because let them come in, because they're not going to have no fear, the youngsters. Chuck them in. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, can't be, right, there must
subs or starting.
No, starters.
Starting, like,
really?
bring them into the maybe not starting, but bring them into the match day squad. Maybe start the likes of Pot and Fernandes and Magassa, because they can have a bit more experience. But just have them there to maybe give them a chance.
We need a fucking proper centre half. The two centre halves. I mean, Tadebo's playing. I know Mavropanos is injured, but he's fucking useless. Yeah, useless.
Where'd you go though? Because
Mavropanos is injured.
You know, there's no one there.
I'd look at the youth, mate. I'd look at the youth at least. I know it's a bit harsh. I know.
I don't. It's a
and I think he was. I thought he was very harsh on Scholesy. He was bringing Scholesy off.
Yeah.
Which I think would. I'll be honest with you. When he was making the sub, I thought he was going to bring Irvin off. Irvin slipped over. I think I've counted 12 times.
Harry come out in the second half. I'll never know.
Yeah, mate, it was disgraceful.
And this is, do you know what? I never wish any injury on any players. I never do. But when Irvin had that challenge where the geezer jumped in elbow and he was down, I was thinking to myself, bring him off.
Bring him off,
I hope he comes off here. And as I said, I don't wish injury on any player.
But that's on the manager for playing him.
Yeah.
Scott wanted me to mention. He was like,
I'm not fucking turn up then.
Yeah, I know. He was like, but he said it's disgraceful, basically, how what's his name? Nuno is throwing Skulls under the bus by basically playing
Scott
him out
wrote a
of position.
statement or something.
He has. He wanted you to know. Scott said, apologies, I'm not here. Nuno has thrown Skulls under the bus by playing him out of position. It's a disgrace.
Oh, yes, he's right. And he was going to be sacrificed last night. And he was struggling. He was struggling, the kid. But of course he's going to fucking struggle.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to fucking struggle.
I don't get that. Why?
He keeps playing him out.
Scholes has played over 100 games in the youth level and he's never played right back once.
Never.
And in the last 2 games, they've chucked him right back. I don't get it. Why play Wan-Bissaka left back? Why don't you just play them in their natural positions? Because a football player, when they're out of their natural positions, they're not natural. They're uncomfortable.
I think he's trying to be too clever, isn't he?
I would have had a go with Scholes.
He's trying to be too clever and it's just not
He's
working.
trying to be so clever, it's just stupid.
He's trying to confuse the opposition, but he's confusing himself and he's confusing us.
Yeah, and probably the players as well.
The thing is, that's the problem. These players are not the fucking brightest, are they?
Why don't the senior players speak up a bit? You
That's
know,
another thing, innit? No leaders. There are no leaders.
This is why we've lost a lot of voices in, especially last summer. You lose the likes of Antonio, Creswell, Fabianski, Soufal. You lose that. We've lost a lot of that in the changing room. Where now, I can imagine what that changing room's like. Can you imagine what it's like before a game? All got their headphones on, no one's talking, heads down.
I bet everyone's in their little cliques, and it's just a sad indictment of just where we are at the moment. And look, he can make the lineup better, of course he can, but again, like you said, up here,
I feel I'm awake.
I think Somerville was affected last night mentally by the crowd's reaction to him. I think, it got to him a bit. You can see he wasn't. Every time he was on the ball, they must have. Listen, he's a good player. He's quick. Every time he got on that ball, 2 or 3 of them was on him, surrounded him.
Well, it's ex-teammates, and it's not only that. I think going 1-0 down that quickly, and that because they was on him from minute 1. You could hear it. You could, as soon as he touched the ball, boo, right? You're not good enough to play for Leeds or whatever it was. Going 1-0 down and then 2-0 down. That's it. Then everyone's laughing at you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Especially when you get subbed off as well.
Yeah.
That's
the worst.
Everyone's laughing at you. You've come from Leeds, who was in the Championship at the time. Now you're heading back to the Championship with the club that you left for. Everyone's on your case. Everyone's fucking pointing and laughing. You've seen it. It affected him. But I've got to say this. Potts and Fernandes done really well when they come on. Really well. And they changed the game in terms of that. And they started swaying it our way. Leeds were getting a bit nervous. But I've got to say this, right? That's Leeds. That ain't going to work against Newcastle.
Watch it back when them two
Especially
come
at
on.
home.
Watch the first 2 minutes after them two come on. Both of them put in at least 3 tackles and won the ball back. They done more in that 2 minutes than what
the other
Irving
two.
done in the other and
I know.
Souček done. So give them a chance. You know, it's not working now.
Yeah.
You've got to give them a chance. And if that don't work, listen, this is why Nuno's pay big money.
Yeah.
He's got to make them decisions.
If we see Irving and Souček in that midfield against Newcastle, I'm done with him. I'm not going. I'm not. I said I'm not going to
there'll
be
be more than
manager
a
out.
sitting at that game. I think
Yeah,
fucking
honestly, I'm checked out of him. Like I've lost all faith in him if he does that. Like if you've made 2 balls ups in a row now. This is your chance to put it right. Put the best team out there. We're already up against it because it's at home.
Why ain't they giving him his own backroom staff? Why ain't they
Because they
allowing
don't
him
wanna
to bring
pay
it in?
Apparently, they don't want to
I
pay
know they're
him.
bringing in apparently the goalkeeper coach that he worked with for he's worked with for 16
Because that's
years.
what we're calling
Yeah.
out for.
I was talking to someone last night. I won't mention who he is, but you know him. I'll tell you after. He was saying they won't pay for the staff, and they're bringing staff in that are not. They're just yes men. They're not. They're not.
The thing is, when you say about yes men, like Mark Robson and Steve Potts are well-respected coaches at that football club, and Mark Robson's obviously been around. They know the team. I can understand that, but he should be able to bring in his own assistant manager, his own backroom staff, people that he's worked with. It's like, is he trying to do this as a sort of message to Sullivan?
Maybe.
To say, I want my fucking backroom staff.
Yeah, maybe.
He's been comfortable working with him. He's worked with them at Wolves, Tottenham, wherever
Yeah,
he's worked. And now he's come to West Ham and he's on his own, basically.
When do you? How often do you ever see that where a manager comes in, you don't get a single
Never.
backroom
I've
staff
never
come
seen
with
it.
him,
I've
and
never
he
seen
just
it.
has to work with academy staff?
I've never seen it.
That's bizarre. Like, and
It just shows that they don't trust him. Yeah.
because
It's not trusting him.
I think it's just penny pinching
it's paying.
because before he joined, I remember hearing that he was being held up because of how much backroom staff he has, and it was paying for all the backroom staff. That's why they were umming and ahhing over Nuno. And obviously they
to make
came
a team work, mate. Listen, something's going to have to change, right? So them chairmen, if they don't want to get relegated from this thing and lose all that money, then they're going to have to turn around and start and bite the bullet, and find some money.
Yeah.
Because this ain't work. Like the whole club at the minute is in a mess. It's in a fucking mess. Like that from top to bottom, it's a mess. The stadium's a mess. The ownership's a mess. The playing staff's a mess. The manager's a fucking mess. The training ground's a fucking mess. Everything's a mess, right? I don't know whether we've got enough to get out of this season. The only reason we've been surviving, and I'm going to tell you this now, right? And a lot of people will, but it all sparks from losing Declan Rice. As soon as you lose Declan Rice was the glue that will do this together.
It don't spark from losing.
No, it does.
It sparks from not replacing.
No,
him.
do you know what?
No, it
the
does.
thing
It
is with that,
sparks from losing.
No, it's not replacing
We
him.
sold Declan
We was
Rice.
always going to lose him. How
Yeah.
can you not lose him?
No, of course.
But I'm saying, so you're saying it sparks from losing
Well,
Declan
it
Rice.
does.
But the issue is, it's not losing him, it's replacing him.
Yeah, you can't replace him.
It's the same with anyone.
But you couldn't replace him.
Well, then we might as well give up then, from what you're saying is the reason we're in because we lost him.
The thing is with Declan Rice going, right?
I'm not-
We all
that's
knew
what I'm
Declan
saying.
Rice was going. And you've got to remember, that summer we lost Declan Rice. We actually brought in Kudus, James Ward-Prowse, Alvarez. And, you know, it was working at the first. We was top of the league after, 3 or 4 games. And then we obviously got to the quarterfinals of the Europa League that season. So it weren't a complete mess. It's just the recruitment. It's just the recruitment after that.
It's the way down, mate.
Yeah,
Because now we've lost Kudus. They've let Alvarez go on loan with no recall clause.
Yeah.
That's fucking mental.
Yeah.
Like, and it's all about recouping money. It's about money. It's it's money now. And if you look at the finances, I'll read you something from the finances. Well, I'm going to get it off of him because he read it to me last night. They're getting ready for relegation. They're saying it's a very plausible. Yeah, it's a very plausible situation.
Well, it is. It
Oh,
is.
no,
But
I just
this
wanna
is
say as
before.
well-
This is before the season, Dan.
Yeah.
This is before the season the game kicked
I
off.
just want to say as well, I think Kaczynski gets away with it too much as well. He's putting all that money in and he's not saying anything. He's not doing anything.
He's letting
We all bone about Brady and Sullivan. That Kaczynski needs to get involved more.
Yeah.
He's just making his money in this club. He is.
He's
got the
second
post
highest,
office.
isn't he?
He's got this now. He's just making
He's even
pouring
fuck-
money in.
even
He's
fucked
not.
up.
He's not even. He's not getting involved in any
Fuck
of
the
it.
post office.
He's fucked Royal Mail
Yeah,
up
he's
as
fucked
well.
that up as well. So that just shows what he's going to do with us. Then.
Well, there was reports coming out for the summer that
He gets away with it all the time.
You know, we had these FFP restrictions, right?
Yeah.
There was talks that the the FFP restrictions could be eased if Sullivan
Put money in.
if Kretinsky put money in.
Yeah.
Kretinsky said apparently, I'm not putting money in unless he's going to put money in, right? So he's not, because obviously
There's too many people upstairs as well, isn't there? You got those 2%ers. You got the
we've got the golds.
Yeah, and they're just not voting. Obviously, they do their votes, and it's just not.
It's
they're
the board
not,
of
they're
week.
not
Well, the
agreeing,
thing
right?
is, the golds are in Sullivan's pocket because they've known him with their family
I
for
think
years.
when you think back to it, I think Gold was the voice of reason at times. I think he's
Yeah,
I think he's a madman.
Yeah.
Sullivan. He's nuts.
Thing
He's
is with
crackers.
Sullivan, he's happy for us to finish 17th every season.
Yeah.
Just outside that relegation zone, he don't care.
Yeah.
You know, it's as I said earlier, mate. It's sad times at this football club. The decline since that, and I know we can't keep going on about Prague and that, but since that night in Prague, the decline is just we've gone backwards. So, and we could be like within 3 years from that night, we could be a championship team.
But mate, we was even that season.
4 or
and
5
we
years,
said
mate.
this,
We could be Luton.
Someone put a little comment when I
Awesome.
said the decline started that season. It's like, it's good to know the decline started when we won our trophy in the league. In the league, it started the season in Prague because in the league we had a horrendous season that season. Remember the Brighton away and Fulham away?
We sort of checked out. We concentrated more on Europe, didn't we, that season than we did the league?
Which
was dangerous, but we kept our
result, didn't it?
You win the trophy, but look at Palace. Say Palace go on to win the Conference League, and then they're finishing top half. They're going to show that you don't have to fucking bin off your Premier League to go. Chelsea did it. I know they're a much better side than us, but I just think we were by far the strongest team in that. We didn't have to fucking be flirting with relegation.
Palace couldn't even beat Larnaca the other night.
Yeah, but again with Palace as well. What's his name? Steve Parish. He runs it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You've got the investors and that.
But he's actually a fan of Crystal
Yeah,
Palace.
he's a fan, and he actually.
Sullivan's a pretend fan of West Ham. He's a Cardiff fan who pretends he's a West Ham fan, and
Crook.
Yeah,
It is.
I don't see
Captain Crook.
why does he want to still be in charge of the club? It has to be money.
No,
Exactly.
he wants that.
Charged interest, mate. We was talking about this yesterday.
He wants that praise as well that he achieved.
he's
it,
never
he done
getting
it.
it.
You know?
He's never getting no praise, mate.
The interest on the loans.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying this, and somebody I spoke about this, and someone said, yeah, that's right. He paid back bank loans by himself to give him his own loans, right? But charged more interest than the banks were charging.
Yeah. He bought our debt.
And what the
And how he was
thinking-
acting when he was selling rice. Do you remember that? How he was getting all excited and ringing up.
of course, TalkSport.
the
It's
TalkSport
basically
and
flattening him
that,
out. But he paid back the bank loans and charged us more interest on the bank loans, right? And his excuse was saying, well, if we can't pay it, it ain't that much of a fucking big deal.
Yeah.
But he's charging more.
The thing is, mate, unfortunately, he's a businessman. And the way a businessmen get richer is they have to do things like that. And it's not good for us because we're
It
fans.
seems like he's washing money through it.
There's lots of other clubs that
Allegedly.
have bought
Allegedly.
the club's debts and they don't charge interest.
Ashley
We're-
done it.
Yeah, Ashley. So he can be a businessman, but when you're a businessman at the expense of the club you're owning, it's a different type of business.
What did they
You're
buy-
a custodian of the club.
What did they buy this club for? 80
About
million?
8 million.
80 million.
Between the two
They're
of
going to
them.
sell it for what?
Well,
10
over
times.
700 million.
Yeah.
They
If
value
that.
it at 800 million.
Yeah.
He values it.
That's
so
what
that's
I'm
10
saying.
times the value, what was paid for.
For what? 800 million for what? We don't have nothing.
Yeah. All these people care
not
about
worth
is
that.
money, and all the rich want to do is get richer. And it's people like us, the fans, that suffer because we have to sacrifice. You know, we've had to leave our home, the bowling ground. Yes, I know we all sort of bought into the London Stadium when we first moved there. I know people say, you should have processed it at Upton Park, but there was a lot of people excited with this move.
Yeah.
You know, we all moved there, and then we've just seen it.
It was lied to.
Yeah, we was lied to. We don't own our stadium. We've fucking got a team that don't fight. As Nicky said, we've got a manager that at the moment that's trying to find his feet, but it's not working. And it's all coming on top at once. And we've seen teams flirt with relegation for a few years, and some of them go down and never come up. Whenever we've been relegated, we've been quite lucky, and we always thought that we had West Ham was always an attraction for players to come to the club, even in Championship. We took Nolan from Newcastle, who was their captain, to come down to us. We always seem to bounce back, but I think if we go down, we will suffer, and we won't see West Ham in the Premier League for many.
Maybe never again.
It definitely feel we've seen teams go down and down again. Luton, Southampton are struggling.
You look
Is
at
it true
Leeds.
if we go down as well, our rent goes cheaper as well?
Yeah,
there's a
That's
clause.
probably why he wasn't
That's
fucking
what-
doing it.
There's theories
The
going about.
LDC will be shitting themselves.
He went down in 2010 on purpose. I'm telling you that now. He went down to get rid of a lot of contracts. I think he's found himself in a similar situation. It would not surprise me.
I think it's getting very messy.
Why would you
recently.
want that though?
Because he wants
You've
to
had
clear
Loppy, you've had
it
Potts,
because it all comes out with the fucking with the contract.
But he's not paying it out of his pocket. He's paying out of the club's money.
Yeah, but he don't.
He
care.
don't. He's not paying the contracts out of his money.
I always
He
remember.
don't- he
Remember when?
just wants rid of them all.
Do you remember when
He-
Tottenham wanted the stadium?
Yeah.
And they were saying that stadium is not built
Yeah.
for. We will knock it down and make it into.
Yeah.
And we was all laughing at them and going, "Oh, that's ridiculous," and stuff like that.
Well, we knew it was a case of
Yeah.
we knew that
That's
the
Spurs,
LD
yeah.
they'd never go for that.
Yeah.
They was never going to accept that deal. But
That was to push Aaron Gay Council.
Levy was actually trying to warn us, say, "Listen, you." are
No.
gonna
The only reason they come in because Aaron Gay Council wouldn't give them permission to build their ground.
no,
They came in to scare them.
no, but he was talking sense because
Yeah.
he
He's
didn't have
talking
to
sense,
say.
yeah,
but,
he's talking
yeah, but what I'm
sense.
saying is, to Jace's point, he didn't have to say we need to knock it down. He's not saying that to push Aaron Gay Council. He could have said, yeah, we'll accept the rent.
No, he pushed Aaron Gay Council because Aaron Gay Council wouldn't give him the permission.
Yeah, but
so
I'm
he's
saying-
saying, we will build it somewhere else. We will go and build it. We
Yeah,
won't just
but
take
no, no, no.
this. We will build it somewhere else.
Yeah, but
and
what
Aaron
I'm
Gay
sa-
Council shit
yeah.
themselves.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they didn't shit themselves because he said he'd knock it down. If him just saying we'll take this stadium as is, it's him not having that.
No,
Yeah, it
but-
don't matter whether he's going to take the stadium
Yeah,
as
but
is or rent it or
what he
knock
was
it
trying
down.
to say, because when you build stadiums, it creates a lot of jobs in the borough. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right? So he was saying, I'll take it to Newham and I'll fucking create a load of jobs in Newham. Like, and Aaron Gay Council shit themselves because if he just turned around and went, I'll just go over to Newham, but no jobs are created. Then Aaron Gay Council might not take
Yeah, but the point
seriously.
is, he was telling the truth.
He was telling the truth.
He was telling the truth,
I
yeah.
think he was doing it
What
in a
you're
roundabout
saying,
way.
yeah, but what you're
Yeah.
saying is irrelevant to the point. The point Jace is making is he pointed out what was true is that
Yeah.
it needs to be
It
knocked
was true,
down.
but I don't-
That's the
Yeah.
main. But it doesn't matter why he said
Yeah.
it. It's that it was true. That's what matters.
That's the difference between like when Man City, the Commonwealth Stadium was built for the purpose of football.
Football,
after.
yeah,
So as soon as
So
it's
they built
finished,
it.
it was
They knew that.
all the foundations
And
were in place.
this is what we said last week. When they was building a London Stadium for the Olympics, they should have had that in mind. They should have already had a deal done with West Ham to say, right, we're going to build a stadium. Once it's done, it's going to be a football stadium. Nothing else after. No fucking Olympics or track events in there after. It's going to be a fucking football stadium.
And when I look at the fixtures, Newcastle at home, Burnley at home,
Hmm.
Liverpool at home, we've got Man United away, Brighton away. You sit and ask yourself, well, where's the wins?
Yeah.
We
Where
can't
do you
even.
realistically think we're going to get a win?
The thing is, I think we said it last night, didn't we, Dan? The next two games, Newcastle and Burnley at home, minimum he needs 4 points. He needs, you can't, you know.
I don't see it because we again.
Lose to Burnley, then there's no hope.
Yeah. Well, this is it, mate. Our home games are our weakness. It's usually the home games you rely on to keep you up. We're relying on away games to keep us up.
We've
I
got
think
nothing. At the minute.
Two
We've got no
away,
strength.
2 home wins all season.
I think the away games
All year,
is what is
sorry.
going to, where we're going to get most of our points. if
Yeah,
I'm being
that's
honest.
what I think. Because it's nearly November, right? Our next game is November. 2 home wins in a whole year. That's insane.
But do you know what? Someone that still goes there, someone that goes and watches them every week. I'm fucking. I can't get my eyes open because I've travelled. I woke up yesterday at 4 o'clock in the morning. I got home at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I've come here. I wasn't now. It was 12:30 when I got here.
Yeah, it's 1:45.
I'm knackered. I'm shattered, and my voice. You heard the voice notes. I couldn't even because I was shouting so much and trying to support the boys. I couldn't even. Did the boys fucking wake up with achy legs? I don't reckon so because they didn't fucking put in enough share. Like
Their kits look spotless when they come.
it's
off.
fucking disgusting to be quite honest with you. Like, and I've got to the point where I'm at the end of my tether
Yeah,
with it all.
you're checking out of them because, like, you think to yourself, why the fuck should I give a fuck if
Yeah.
they don't? But this is what football
But
fans
this is
do.
but this is what
You can't. It's a passion.
But this is why people like Alex Crook and that on Talk Sport when he's going, the fans need you. We was there last night. We was there in fucking droves on a Friday night, and we was. You would have heard us on the telly.
Yeah.
You would have heard us on the telly. It was constant support for them, and they couldn't be. Don't tell me that them players need me.
Yeah.
I need them to turn up. because I've turned up. You know what I mean? Like we've all had long days. We've all had taken days off work. We've all travelled up there. We've all made the effort to get there on a Friday night. Of Sky, to be quite honest with you, Sky Monday fucking Friday. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? And the fact that the Premier League ain't stepping in for these things is fucking disgusting. But that is all well and good. That's what Sky fucking do. That will be something I'll fucking look forward to if we go down to the Championship. Them not interfering every fucking game.
Saturday, Tuesday.
Right?
It's not an excuse, but they should not be putting us on within 5 days. Now, I saw that initially as a positive in we've got a short turnaround now to fix what went wrong on Monday.
No way.
But look what we did. Like, you had such a short window now to put it right. We didn't have to wait long, and then you've made it worse.
So what's your lineup for the Newcastle?
Mate, he's got to go with as close to the lineup as what ended.
Yeah.
But Somerville starts. That lineup that finished the game plus Somerville should be our starting lineup.
Yeah, I
Does Wilson
think.
start?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has to. We cannot keep starting Paqueta or Bowen up top.
No.
It don't. I mean, the shape at the start. People was trying to work out what the fuck we was doing.
Where's Guilherme gone?
He was on the bench. Oh no. Sorry. no, he
Some
wasn't.
people saying he's injured again because he got injured, then he came back. I don't know. I would like to, because he's a like for like. He's actually some pace. When we took Somerville off, we completely lost that pace down the wing. We had no pace on the wings, so everything started going through the middle, and we were just easy to defend against. We don't create any chances.
I just think we need to go back to fucking basics. I think we need to stop trying to fit everyone in the team and just go back to like back four, fucking, and then just get that holding midfielder in, and then you have your three in front, and then you have Wilson up top, and just, you know, sometimes you have to leave someone out. You know, just go back to revert. I feel like Mike Bassett then when he went 4-4 fucking 2. No, you know what? Sometimes you have to go back to basics and just stop conceding goals. You know, it was a famous quote. What's his name? Who was the Liverpool manager?
Evans?
No,
Bill
Roy
Shankly?
Evans.
Shankly.
Shankly. You don't concede a goal, you get a point.
Why did I go straight
You know what I
with Roy
mean? I
Evans?
don't know, Roy Evans, but you don't concede a goal, you guarantee the
good
point.
point, yeah.
You know, stop conceding goals, shore up that, and then, you know, you nick your winners, you nick your 1-0s, you nick your 2-1s, then you start getting the points, you get a bit more confidence around the training ground, because it must be shit going into work on a Monday for them. I know everyone says, oh, they get paid so much money, but look, if they've got professional pride, it must fucking hurt them.
I don't think they have no way.
No, but it must hurt them. You know, you can't play football and not be
They
affected
should be
by it.
embarrassed at least.
Yeah.
But you know what he needs to do is put a team out, right? Decide what your team is and stop changing it up drastically every week. Like Lopetegui did it. It would just be like different formation, completely different lineup. He needs to just sit there and go.
Got a couple of wins out of that.
Who, Lopetegui? Yeah, but forget how shit he was and how all over the place we looked. But this is what I'm saying.
Do you know what? I'll take you in a minute.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we need some sort of consistency. Yeah, you make 1 or 2 changes, but going from back 4, back 5 to back 4, and then changing, right, we're going to have this midfield, this midfield. It's
Retrospectively, or do you think we should have brought Dyche in?
The thing is, Nuno is a good manager. I think Nuno's a better manager than Dyche. But he's doing this nonsense now.
But it's about the players.
I think the thing is what Dyche does different is he will work on that back four. You see Nottingham Forest the other day, first game in charge, you know, they go and get a 2-0 win at home. You know,
To be fair, they've got a better defence.
They've got Bournemouth away today. You know, they'll go down to Bournemouth. Bournemouth are flying.
Resilient.
They'll make it fucking difficult for Bournemouth.
But that's the thing, mate. They've got better defenders, much better defenders. We've got the Chuckle brothers at centre back, and while you've got them,
Nuno in January could ever convince that Murillo or fucking someone that comes to us, it'd be a fucking miracle for a start.
Even last night they was talking about like Ivan Toney would be a good for West Ham in January. Yeah, it would be brilliant. But why would Ivan Toney want to come to a relegation battle when he's trying to get into a World Cup squad?
Yeah.
You know, he'll go and play it safe and go somewhere like Newcastle or somewhere like that, score 6 or 7 goals. You know, but you want players that want to come onto this, that are going to put in a shift and grind it out.
I actually think January is going to be a big battle between Nuno and Sullivan. They're going to be fighting on.
Mate,
they're not going to agree on anything. I don't think.
I'm dreading that January transfer window because it's going to be a mess and we're going to constantly.
It'll be too late by then.
Yeah, but do you know, I want to know. I'm very interested to see what the stats are in terms of teams that are in the bottom 3 by Christmas. What percentage of them end up getting relegated? Because I do think we'll still be in the
quite a
bottom
lot.
3.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
I can't remember the last one.
Yeah,
West
especially
Brom all
West
them
Brom,
years
wasn't
ago,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, but by the end of this day, we could be either 20th in the league or 6 points off of safety. You know what I mean? Hopefully they can get a draw. It's still fucking still
Didn't,
pushes
Burnley,
QPR
Burnley,
did
innit?
all sorts,
Burnley.
didn't they? QPR with Harry Redknapp, didn't they?
What? Yeah, but I'm saying it's a very small number, and like I said, we circled the drain too many times.
One.
Eventually,
It's West Brom. I think that's the only
No,
one.
there has been a couple of others.
Maybe Derby
in
once.
recent years.
Yeah, the teams usually that are 20th nearly always go down 20th by Christmas.
I feel like we're like Southampton from last season when they were in the. There was just
We won't get out of it.
everything,
The thing is, it's like someone said on Talk Sport, I can't remember who it was now, it might have been Carlton Cole, that West Ham have gone out and they've signed losers. No, it was Troy Deeney.
Yeah.
They've gone out and they've signed Fernandez relegation. The goalkeeper we spent all that money on relegated to Leicester. They're not winners. They haven't got winners mentality. They're just used to losing. You can't have that.
Yeah.
But then where are we going to attract these players? Where are we going to attract players from other clubs?
The thing is, why? And it all reverts back to the stadium. This is what this stadium was meant to be doing for us, wasn't it? Attracting these sort of, this
Yeah, but the
nonsense.
thing is,
That's it.
like,
Well, it
take
was.
away your
We
fan
needed to
head,
move to
right?
get these
Take
players.
away your as a fan. If you was a professional football player, right?
No way.
No, if you was a professional football player and you was going to go and sign for a club in London and play in front of 65,000 people in an Olympic stadium, that's got to have some sort of appeal to you.
Yeah.
There's 65,000 people in front of an Olympic stadium that don't make a fucking peep.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not, you know what I mean? But the attraction's there for a player.
65,000 silent fans.
I don't think it is why.
And right
I
now,
honestly can't think.
yeah.
I know what you're saying. Living in London would be.
No, it's not even the living in London, mate.
But
It's just the attraction to play in front
Listen,
of 65,000
if you
people
pl-
week in, week out.
But who gives a shit now? They don't give a shit. It's not, they get their money. They
Money,
don't
innit?
care. Like 65,000 people, like me and you, it would be brilliant, right? 65,000 people sitting there that are fucking always fucking whinging, apparently, according to everyone else, right? They're always doing it, that get on your back. We're an honest fan base, right? 65,000. I'd rather go and play for 10,000 and win with Bournemouth.
Yeah,
If I'm honest,
65,000 people isn't enough to entice someone into a relegation battle. Depends who
I
you are.
don't think
Depends
so.
the
because
caliber of player. We're talking about top
I don't
players.
think that 65,000 people does anything.
No, I didn't mean
I'd
for a
rather sit-
relegation battle. I mean for if it was a fresh season.
Even still, mate, I don't even.
No,
I'd rather
it does
play in
attract players.
I'd rather sit in front of 35,000 people that bowl in, yeah, and they're singing and chanting your name. Not fucking 65,000 people where a couple of thousand are sitting there chanting, the others are sitting there watching popcorn.
Yeah, but 65,000 people can be chanting now. It's what goes on the pitch.
no, yeah,
if we're
I-
winning-
I-
if
We
we're
did have it
winning-
at the Europa League
Yeah,
semi-final.
yeah,
didn't
but
we?
if
And
we're
stuff
winning
like that.
week
but that's
in,
because
week out.
everyone come back.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
their
If we're
games.
winning
Yeah.
week in, week out, I know the stadium's shit, but the stadium will be better. With fans will want to go to the game if we're winning week in, week out. When results are shit like this, no one wants to be there.
I don't think I'd ever. want to play now.
The thing is certain games, like even when we were winning week in, week out, when we're still playing like the lower teams, the atmosphere was still shit because people
Yeah,
don't
but
care.
the bowling ground weren't fucking rocking every week.
It weren't, but it was easier to get things going. You had the away fans here, you had Trevor Brook in lower there, Chicken Run there. Whatever happened, there was still
Most modern football.
there was still
stadiums are
back and
quiet.
forth going between.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
we
the
don't
lesser
even
games.
have the back and forth
But
between
that
home and away
Yeah,
fans.
you had Emirates, Old Trafford, like Tottenham's new ground, Everton's new. Well, not so much Everton because they're getting used to it and they're
It's
enjoying
the
it.
type of fan that modern stadiums
Yeah.
attract.
Once Everton start going on a bad run, then you'll see they haven't lost at home yet. You know, so they're on a good run. But it happens. You're right. Modern day stadiums are shit. You give me an old school stadium any day of the week.
That last night was brilliant.
Yeah, Ellen Road,
Yeah.
Molyneux, Villa Park.
And do you know what they're
Selhurst
doing?
Park.
They're expanding it. They're not knocking it down. They're moving somewhere else.
They
They're
can.
expanding it.
They can.
We could have.
We could have eventually.
We
yeah.
could have. Yeah. They didn't want to. They
There we
wanted
go.
to sell it and take what they.
Right,
was
I hate
free.
to cut you off,
Bus
boys, but
garage.
I have got to go out to my. It was my fucking wedding anniversary yesterday. I said
Hey.
I spent it fucking travelling to Leeds, so I've got to take the missus out tonight. Otherwise, it's going to be trouble. But thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. Let's have your final thoughts, then, boys.
Relegation.
Yeah, look, this Newcastle game has to be a cup final. I think every game should be now a cup final, but they need to go out. Nuno has to put the right lineup out, and I want to see them leave everything on that pitch. If they do any less than that, we get him turned over and we're going down. So this is it.
Is there any hope, Brian?
So next.
go back to basics, trust the youth.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you very much for joining us. One thing left to say.
Coming live.